Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Near Protocol. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. If you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to watch that before watching this one. It's going to be linked in the top right-hand corner of the screen. There's also a donation link down below in the description. If you want to help the kids in Yemen and Gaza, feel free to do so. Now let's jump into the TA. We're on the daily chart right now. As you can see, we're having a nice correction here from the $9 mark, which was the March high. We went down approximately 52%. Right now, we're sitting at a 44% retracement. And I would say these are pretty good prices to be getting into Near Protocol if you don't have any coins. Personally, here on the channel, we started buying Near Protocol throughout in the bear market, obviously, all the way down to this mark here at $1. We were making videos on the channel back in October on Near Protocol, and I was telling you that these are really good prices. We were in a channel down pattern at the time, so we're not worried about Near Protocol. But for anyone who hasn't bought yet, this is a good time to start doing so. These Fibonacci levels give you a good idea of where you might have some support if we continue dropping with this crash. So $4.44 was a really good entry point. If you manage to set up some buy limit orders in that zone, right now you're up approximately 15%. Now that is exactly the December 2023 high. So we printed that high, we had a retracement, and then a move to the upside. And now we're coming back down, retesting that high, this time as support, and hopefully from there we can have another move to the upside. Can we drop lower? Of course. I'm not saying that we're gonna stop at $4.44. We could even drop down to $3.81. That also is a possibility. We never know when the crash is gonna stop. But you have to start thinking about entries because it's not gonna carry on forever. This drop is gonna come to a conclusion and then we'll start pumping again. When that happens, we don't know. Probably after the halving. Probably sometime after the halving. Maybe we have more downside after the halving, but eventually we are gonna see another leg up in this bull market. The most important thing for us is not to drop below this January/February low. So this low has to be held. We need to print a higher low. So we have a low here, move to the upside, a higher low. Then we have a higher high, as you can see, and now we're gonna have a higher low. So hopefully $3.81 is as low as we go, but if we do continue drop down, then hopefully $2.86 is going to hold us down. But personally, I don't think we're going to drop that low unless we have a capitulation down to $50,000 in Bitcoin. Then maybe, yes, we'll see prices below $3. Taking a look at the daily RSI, you can see we're back where we were back in January 2024. So if I just remove that and show you that this is where we were back in January 2024, and right now we're sitting at the exact same level. So can this be another indicator that's telling us now is a good time to start accumulating tokens? The last time before January was back in October 2023 when we had this consolidation from from August 2023 until October, and then we had that explosion into December. Can we have a move to the upside of a similar magnitude, kind of what we saw here after this retracement? So we saw this massive move to the upside after the RSI bottomed out. And can we see something similar over here after the RSI bottoms out? Can we have a massive move to the upside here, taking us to $40, $50, $60 by the end of the year? Very possible. We'll just have to wait. I'm staking my coins on the Ledger app. I'm not in a hurry to sell. I know where the prices are going long term, so this is just a normal thing for me. I've been used to these kind of corrections for a long time now, and I'm not worried one bit. Now let's switch over to the weekly chart. And before we continue with the video, I want to give a quick shout out to my Patreon. If you're interested in getting more exclusive content, you want to support me as a creator, and you like what you're seeing here on YouTube and you want more, feel free to check out the Patreon. That's definitely a place for you. There's a 7-day free trial, which means you can get access to all of my content since the inception of the page. So that means you get podcasts, low cap gems, technical analysis, project reviews, and a whole bunch of other stuff. We try to do posts there on a daily basis. We cover airdrops and a lot of stuff that we don't really cover on YouTube because we don't have as much time. And of course, because patrons get more stuff and more content. And if you're interested in that, the link is down below in the description. Thank you all. Let's continue on with the video. All right, taking a look at the weekly, you can see we're doing pretty healthy, all things considered. We did have a wick back down to the 20 EMA, which is a massive support level. That's our support trend line for the bull market, or the bull market support band, you could say. And we had a perfect wick slightly below it, maybe, as you can see. But if you set up your orders right at that level, as well as the 0.5 of this fib, you would have been filled already. And you could have made, like I said, 15%. So you can even make money during these crashes, which is crazy if you know where to set up your buy limit orders. But as you can see, we have a really good explosion from this falling wedge pattern. And right now, all we need to do is find that next support level that's going to hold us. We also have a nice area that we bounced off of in June 2022 at $3.20-ish. That could be another area for us to look at. That's closer to the 55 EMA than it is to the 20 EMA. So the 55 EMA is going to be your plan B in case we lose the 20 EMA as support. Now, some altcoins are even dropping below the 55 EMA, like Polkadot, that we covered it on the channel just before this video. Some coins are doing, way worse than Near Protocol. So be happy that Near is holding its ground pretty well, and it looks like we're going to have a nice bull market for Near Protocol. Now let's take a look at the RSI here. So the RSI did land on the support trend line that we talked about. So that's a really good entry point for you. As you can see, the RSI is already below that trend line. And we want to wait until the RSI comes back down a bit more if you're looking for lower prices. But I would just start averaging into the project at the current prices, because you never know when the bottom is going to come in. What if the bottom is right now and we start pumping tomorrow? You never know. That's why you never want to risk waiting too long, or you never want to risk buying all in at the same time. So gradually invest and never go all in. If the RSI continues plummeting, we do have a support block between 47 and 40.5. As you can see, we managed to stay in that area throughout 2022 and 2023, and then we exploded above it in November, and now we might be coming back down for a support retest. From there, we have another explosion to the upside. Now, let's take a look at the, so the volume is doing great. The MACD is about to, well, it's curling down to print that bearish cross. The last time we had a bearish cross was back in November 2022, but that was short-lived. And then before that was April 2022. So that was at the peak of the bull market. Well, that was sort of your bear market crash confirmation. But as of right now, I don't think it's going to take us down to a bearish cross. If it does happen, the bearish cross in these situations would typically mean that we're close to the local bottom if we are in an uptrend during a bull market. But if we're very overextended during a bull market, we're closer to the peak and people are getting too greedy and we're having a massive crash like this, like the one that we saw here, then yeah, that would the cross there would effectively be your bear market confirmation. Of course, you can't really confirm that live during this process, but when you zoom out, you can actually see that the prices were very overextended during that time. And Near Protocol is a relatively new project, so you couldn't really do a lot with the indicators at the time. But right now we have more data. We can look back and see what happened. If we go into the stochastic, for example, we could be waiting for a move all the way down here below the index of 20. That would take us into the oversold. just like we were back in June, July, August, September, October 2023. And that is going to be another great buying opportunity for everyone looking to get into NEAR. We did a video on NEAR a few weeks ago, I believe, and I said that I would not be buying at those prices. But now, since we dropped, personally, again, I'm not going to be buying because I already have a really good bag, one of my top holdings. But this is where you can start dollar cost averaging, especially if for some reason you ended up buying the local tops here. You want to dollar cost average and bring down that price as much as possible. Okay, so that should be everything. We're still expecting at least $44 during this bull market. If you want to check out my exit strategy, feel free to take a look at it on my Patreon. The link is going to be down below in the description. Thank you for watching. Stay safe and goodbye.